Everybody get up.
What? We're on? You're kidding me. You didn't prepare me. I have something in my mouth.
Oh my God!
OMG.
Where'd the hat come from? Your hair was out before.
Welcome to Body Shop TV. My name is Chella.
And I'm the Body Mechanic NYC.
Have you ever? They usually give us a cue.
I feel like I'm having deja vu.
Me too.
Hey,
I wasn't looking at her.
you better look at her. I like looking at Annie. Actually, hold on a second. Let me look at when she goes back in the studio.
Her arms
Holla.
her arms are so colorful.
Can't wait to get her on the set.
Body Mechanic, this is some really good stuff.
Yes. So, folks out there in TV land,
Oh.
this is a special concoction. When Chella apparently woke up today, she had some digestive issues. So I went into my lab and I put together something.
Your lab.
This is an old Ayurvedic hot toddy. What's in here? Oh my God, Chella! If I tell them, I gotta kill them.
Yeah, don't tell them.
Don't tell them. I'll give them two. I'll give them two components.
Have them reach the Body Mechanic. Have them reach the Body Shop to get more information.
Yeah.
We're gonna
All I can
package
tell
it.
you that one thing that's in it is cinnamon. Oh, and honey. And the other two components are, yeah. So where do they need to come to find out about our recipe?
BodyShopEnterprises.com.
Call it the Body Shop Hot Toddy.
No, it is really good. The first swallow is overwhelming because of the one ingredient that's very, very hot.
Well, if you
But
saw
it
Chella
feels
before,
good.
right? If you saw Chella before we started the show, actually, she was like, "Oh, Body Mechanic, I think
Yeah,
I'm passing the stone."
I feel. Stop! I did not.
You got stones?
No, I have stones.
Rolling Stones.
Stones.
Rod Sterling
love.
stones.
Yeah, Rod Sterling. Woo. I wish he would come back to life.
So Chella, what are we talking about today?
Well, first we're going to talk about New Year's Eve, what we did New Year's Eve
Yeah.
independently, and then we'll
Why
talk.
did you have to go in like that?
In what?
Why did you shove me away?
I'm just saying
You shoved me
independently. I'm just
away.
showing the difference, the separation.
You're doing like a supreme move on me,
The
like
yin
Diana
and
Ross.
the yang.
Yeah. Are you a yin or yang?
I'm a little bit of both. And we're also going to talk about how to protect yourself during these cold weather months, because I was so proud that I shoveled 10 feet of snow on my own yesterday. And we're also going to talk about what makes you feel good.
Yeah, that way.
This is my first time on television. I don't know how to act.
I can tell. Too funny.
First they said 2, now it's 1.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. That's how we roll.
Yes.
So what else are we going to be talking about? Don't you have some special like cards for us today?
Yeah, they're called feeling good cards.
Yeah?
Yes.
So tell us the history of the feel-good
Feeling
card.
good cards.
Tell us the history of the feel-good cards, Chella.
The history?
Yes,
Back in 19...
because they look very dated.
They are. They're very old. Back in 1990, I started doing HIV prevention work, and I met a young lady who had these cards in an exercise, like an icebreaker. And the questions are so provoking, so mind-blowing, that I purchased a set. They come from Hawaii, and every time I use them, people want to get a set. And as a result, the company went out of business. So these are collector's items.
What year was this?
1990,
90. How old are you then? 18?
17.
Oh, that's what I thought.
But these cards are deep, they're heavy. So the second half of our show, we're going to have a young lady on the show with us with her husband, where we are going to begin a new program of Body Shop Enterprises. We haven't figured out a name, what we're going to call it, but what we're going to do is we're going to have the Body Mechanic enter their home and just do, what is this?
Huh?
What are you doing?
Huh?
What are you doing?
Direction.
You look like E.T.
Direction.
I don't need direction. I'm speaking from the heart, Body Mechanic. Come on, I'm not.
That's not what I'm talking about. What? Why are you making a big, you know what?
What are you doing
See how
with
you
the
are?
E.T. finger?
God, you are Fragaris. Let me tell you. You are true to the trait.
I think it's this drink that's making me so
don't even
aggressive.
try it.
No, I'm
All you
feeling.
gotta do is go the direction that I'm on, and just instead of making a big deal about it.
I don't want
Jesus
to.
Christ.
I want to do me.
You look at the
do.
board.
Stay in your lane, Body
No.
Mechanic.
All right. Okay. People want to hear your earrings talk. It's all right. Go ahead. Continue. So, back about the cards, Hawaii, they
No, we're
went out of
talking
business.
about we're doing second hour.
Oh, okay. So we're gonna have the posse on, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's gonna be a secret. It's a secret.
Oh my God, so we're getting hotter.
We love. You feel? Yeah, because you're getting near the bottom now.
I'm feeling aggressive.
I see that. The Fragaris is coming out. What? Why are you getting me, Chella? I know it.
Why you gotta tell me my government name?
Boy, let me tell you, those apples do not roll far.
Speaking of apples,
Yes.
my mom, I gotta give a shout out to my mom. My mother is 81 years old, and she has a personal trainer.
That's a lot of years.
It is.
You got to be on fire to live that long.
And she is on fire.
Yeah, I know.
So my mom
I
has
saw the video. Go ahead.
my mom has a personal trainer, and she called me yesterday, so excited. Chella, you got to get on board with this new program. My personal trainer has me on board, and I'm challenging you to lose weight with this new program. I already forgot what it's called, but I'm going to research it because it's about product, ingesting foods with preservatives, shakes, crunchy stuff. And I know that they have all kinds of ingredients in it that, I don't know, may not be cool for my system. But needless to say, she had a video done of her challenge, and her trainer put it on Facebook yesterday. So I reposted it to my circle of influence, and everyone is like, wow, your mom looks great. She's 81. I can't believe it. So big up to you moms for taking the challenge and looking so good for being 81.
Yes. Big kudos to you, Mom. Awesome. Woo!
It's hot,
The
right?
thing is on fire. When you circulate the stuff on the bottom, because it kind of settles at the bottom, all the good stuff is on the bottom. Started from the bottom, now we're still down there.
So talk about what this drink is.
Huh?
Don't tell them the ingredients, but tell them how they can get it and what it does for you.
How they can get it.
Because we're starting all over
If they
again.
want to know, they got to go to our website.
Like the information's there already?
Well, it'll be there when they go.
BodyShopEnterprises.com.
Yes. The Body Shop Hot Toddy.
I like that name.
You like that? Great for the winter months. In fact, it's great all year round. Increase circulation, reduce inflammation.
Oh my God.
It's a
getting
win-win
stronger.
situation. And you'll feel it for hours.
I'm hot.
Huh?
I'm hot.
It's the cayenne pepper.
Why you tell them what's in it?
Huh?
Why you tell them what's in it?
Oh my God, I get with another ingredient. Oh, Chella, it's you.
So, Body Mechanic, what'd you do New Year's Eve?
New Year's Eve, the body mechanic was sitting down, getting a
Without
foot
Chella.
massage between.
You did a what? A foot massage? Body
Why are you
Mechanic?
going? Why are you saying? What are you saying? That's some
I just
message
want to
to some
share. I just want to
Kudos to your
share.
boyfriends, but what's up?
I
what?
just want to share with our listeners
Oh, okay.
that
Okay, Poppy.
you.
I'm calling you Poppy. What?
All right. I'm not a boppy.
Okay.
I'm a mommy.
I don't know. Oh, your mommy? Oh. So the body mechanic was sitting down, getting a foot massage. But I did something very interesting because, I always say you have to give to get. So as the guy walked up and he brought the big bucket in, because what they do is they soak your feet for about 10 minutes in a Chinese herbal solution to kind of get those fresh minerals into your body. Because when you do get a foot massage, it increases circulation. So after he removed the container, I was looking at his arms, and they looked a little swollen. So before he started to massage my feet, I grabbed his hand, and I actually gave him a hand massage and also an arm line massage. It was only about maybe 30 seconds or so. And then I did the other hand, right? And then they were all talking back and forth in Chinese, blah, 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 and they were all smiling and laughing. But he was like, because I know that if I take and massage his arms and increase blood flow, I'll get a much better foot massage. And let me tell you something.
That was selfish.
That was
smart.
paying it forward. I
Smart
gave him
and
a
selfish.
gift.
Yes, you did.
I gave him a gift
Smart
because,
and-
see, if they were smart, they would do it to each other before they go to work.
Right.
I wasn't being selfish, Chella. I was paying it forward.
All right. Don't get sensitive.
Then why'd you say I was being selfish?
Because that is selfish.
Why?
Because you
How many people do you think have sat down and thought about him?
zero.
That's my point.
But it's still at the end of the day, it's a selfish act because you benefit from it.
It's not selfish.
It's all good. It's give
How
and
is
take.
it selfish?
Because as a result, you got a better massage, right or wrong.
No, I think that's considered being smart.
It
It's
is
paying
smart,
it forward and giving something before you get something.
but you still benefited from it.
But why not?
So it's selfish.
I was going to benefit anyway because I'm getting a foot massage.
Selfish is not a bad word.
Selfish is not a
Yeah,
bad word?
no.
In that context. Well, I guess you're right. Let me finish drinking this hot toddy here. Wow, that's really bringing out the Fagaris. Let me tell you, look how much is settling in the bottom there. And then I had an interesting conversation about 10 minutes before the ball dropped with a gentleman who stood up. And it was funny because I said to him, I said, he said, Happy New Year. I said, Happy New Year, and blah, blah, blah. And for some reason, I asked him, I says, how are you feeling? He said, it's funny you said that. Because he actually, after I started talking for a few seconds, he sat back down, him and his wife, and he was telling me about how he had all these digestive issues. He had diverticulitis, which is really easy to fix, and he had gallbladder stones. So I gave him some remedies on how to actually get rid of the stones because they wanted to actually do surgery and remove his gallbladder.
Wow.
And there's an easy fix for preventing gallbladder surgery, something that you can do yourself.
What can you do? Because one of our sponsors has a family member that's dealing with it.
Yeah? Well, there's a couple of ways to actually have a gallbladder cleansing like right away. And it's done with a castor oil pack and also done with a coffee enema. Those are the two ways to actually really cleanse the gallbladder right on site. And you could do it within an hour's time.
Remember we went to that place in Bayshore and the owner, he has a tapas restaurant?
Tapas, yes.
And he did the same thing because they wanted to cut him open. He said, no, I'm not doing that. I'm going to go home and research my alternatives.
Right.
And he did so.
Yeah.
And he was free.
The stones will actually be, the gallbladder basically is a storage device for bile. And usually the bile is toxic because the bile has the bile salts, it pulls toxins out of fat and out of blood, and it's stored, it recycles and is stored in the gallbladder anywhere from 10 to 12 times before the body slowly starts to get rid of it. But what happens is, if there's not enough turnover, that stuff builds up and it starts to crystallize inside the gallbladder. When you actually do a castor oil pack, it allows that organ to actually convulse and it releases and allows your body to get rid of the gallstones. If you do a coffee enema, it allows those toxins to be expelled right away. It'll actually be released right through the colon.
This stuff makes you sweat.
Huh?
This stuff makes you sweat.
Yeah, it's increasing blood flow in your body. You're probably ready to do some squats.
I'm hot.
What?
It's getting hot in here.
You haven't even got down to the good stuff yet.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, where'd you get it in there?
Ugh.
Yeah.
All right, so.
Yes.
Are you
So
done?
what did you do
When?
for New Year's?
New Year's Eve? New Year's
Yes.
or New Year's Eve?
Yes.
Which one?
New Year's Eve.
New
Is
Year's.
that what you were talking about?
Yes.
Okay.
I stayed home, very warm and cuddled up, and I watched the Twilight Zone
With
marathon.
Rod Sterling.
I made believe that he was with me.
You did?
He's hot. I like Rod Sterling. I love his work. He's a genius. I love Twilight Zone marathon. I think for years I've been watching Twilight Zone marathon during the. What are you doing that for?
You didn't get it the last time I did it. I have to go through this again? Oh my God, you got the Fagaris trait.
Stop it! What are you referring to?
You know what? Now I understand why women get lost when they travel places. They don't pay attention.
Oh, I know you're trying to tell me.
All you gotta do is just go. You know what? I'll
No,
let
you know, I
why-
think
why are you messing
it's
with
this
me?
drink. I'm telling you, body mechanic.
Really?
It's
No,
this drink. It's
no,
making me sweat.
No, it has nothing to do
It's
with the
making
drink.
me hot.
No, it's because you're a chiller. That's why.
Oh my God. I feel like I'm
You got the
intoxicated.
giggles again.
I feel like I'm intoxicated.
No, you will feel that way.
Oh man. For how long? For how
I
long?
don't know, about a day.
Anyway, that's what I did New Year's
We
Eve.
can call it a happy hot toddy.
I like
Oh,
it.
you didn't finish your story.
Oh,
You still think I
so-
drink.
Rod Sterling, Twilight Zone Marathon, loved it, did it for hours. It was good. It was good to just ground myself.
What do you like about Twilight Zone anyway? Isn't it like just black and white?
It's black and white, but I love it.
It looks kind of primitive.
No, it's good because you're not distracted by the colors. You're not distracted by what they have on. You're really into the meat of the story and the plot. And I always feel like
I noticed you use food a lot, like the meat of the plot. Is that corny?
Did I say that?
Yes, you did.
It's the drink. I'm telling you.
Oh my God!
I feel
Really?
so out of my
I think I want to pour some on you.
I feel so out of my element. I really feel like I'm intoxicated.
You are. It increases blood flow. So now you have more increased blood flow to the brain for function. So now you're firing all cylinders now. Told you I had a secret for you. So since you're talking about Twilight Zone, what was your favorite Twilight Zone?
My favorite episode?
Yes.
When the guy that talked a lot was with his colleagues, and they made a bet with him that he could not keep his mouth closed for a year. And so he did it, and the winnings was
But
$1 million.
didn't you say that he did something first?
Well, can I? Who's telling the story, me or you?
All right, go ahead.
OMG.
God,
So,
Figueres,
no,
go
it's not a
ahead.
Figueres thing. You asked me a question. I'm answering
All
you.
right, go ahead. Why your shoulders getting all hiked up by your
They're
ears?
not. They're not.
It's protection mode. Go ahead.
So anyway, so he
Go ahead.
made a bet
Yes.
for $1 million that he could keep his mouth closed for 1 year. So at the end of the bet, he came out, and he said, he put his hand out to get his money, his winnings. And the guy who made the bet with him said,
He didn't talk for a year?
he didn't talk for a year. That was the bet. So when he put his hand out to get the money, the guy said, well, you've humbled me. I'm down on my knees. I'm not the man that I portrayed to be, having all this money. I don't have that kind of money to pay you. And the guy was quiet for 1 year because he cut his larynx.
He actually cheated.
He got her done.
No, but he cheated. He changed the parameter of
It-
but
That wasn't discussed in the details. No,
But
by
I-
whatever means necessary, he made it so that he could win this bet. It's not cheating.
But technically, that's what the moral of the story was. Because he couldn't really keep his mouth shut.
Right, he couldn't.
Right, so he cheated. He altered the parameters. That's what the moral of the story was about.
But in the real world, body mechanic,
Yes.
we do what we got to do to get her done. Ain't that right?
Yeah, but look what happened.
Well, he got her done.
Yeah, no, he didn't. He didn't accomplish anything but mutilated himself.
That was a good. That's my favorite.
That's a great show.
They're all great.
My favorite one was the one where the guy didn't like people, and all he liked to do was read. And I remember something happened in the world, and everyone was dead, and he was by himself, and he was so excited about it, and he was on the steps of his library, right? And he had the book. He's all excited. He went to sit down. His glasses fell off, and he stepped on his glasses. So he's the last man in the world, and the very thing that he loved to do
was read. He couldn't see. They were all good.
I don't know if they had Braille back then.
So what are we going to talk about today, body mechanic?
Well, I'm going to be talking about ways to protect yourself in the elements, in the cold weather, and how to prevent a heart attack, prevent a lot of things, especially in the inclement weather.
I shoveled yesterday about 10 feet of my driveway all by myself. And
That was a Figueres move.
that was not.
It was.
It was not. I'm just sharing.
It felt like a punch for
No,
some reason.
what kind of punch?
Well, say it again, just the way you said it. Go
Okay.
ahead.
I shoveled 10 feet of my driveway yesterday.
Wasn't that good enough?
Alone. And it felt so good.
Why, because you were alone or because you shoveled your driveway?
No, it was like a game I was playing with myself. It was like a big block of square whiteness
Workout.
that I had to, chisel away at. And when I was getting closer and closer to finishing, it was feeling really
Getting
good.
excited, right?
It was. Like you get into a zone. Like you don't want to stop until the job is done. And I can see how people get heart attacks because they forget, about their health conditions, if they have any, and they just get into a zone like they're mesmerized, and
And they just want to
they
get it
push
done.
themselves, and they're outside, the weather's brisk, it feels good, the sun is out. I felt great. So then I go down to the 7-Eleven to get a cup of coffee, and all these guys I put in my pickup truck,
You put them in your pickup truck?
No, I pulled up into the 7-Eleven,
Oh, I
the
see.
parking lot in my pickup truck, and I parked backwards. So all these guys are in there, the floors are soaking wet from the snow, and all these pickup trucks are there with the plows in the front. So they're giving away free coffee for all the plow drivers. I'm right with the guys. Yeah, what's up? And they say, you coffee, you can have. So I got coffee, I got breakfast bars. They didn't charge me. It was fun. It was fun being with the guys. I feel like one of the boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a girl with the boys, but one of the guys?
I feel like one of the guys.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Cool. So what are you going to be talking about today, Chella?
What makes you feel good?
This tea right now makes me feel good.
Yeah, I want to know what makes you feel good. I want you to call in, the numbers on the screen, sooner or later, and tell us what makes you feel good.
Yeah.
What makes you feel good, body mechanic?
What makes me feel good?
Why'd you
Sitting
jump like that?
I didn't jump.
You went like this.
That's for impact.
Okay. Impact, or you shocked that I asked you the question?
No, I knew you were going to ask me. You're the segue. Got a knee bump just now.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, what makes me feel good right now is this hot toddy
I know, this is-
on Body Shop TV.
I'm really Happy New Year.
Feeling good, right?
I am.
Yeah.
It took me this long to feel good.
This should be like our
Pre-show
show drink.
Yeah,
Yes.
or during show drink.
Circulate the bottom there. That
I'm
way you can
doing.
really.
It's like dark.
What makes me feel good? When I can do things to.
Oh my God.
When I can take my acquired knowledge and share it with the general population and help to facilitate utopia or homeostasis to create harmony. That's why I'm on this journey.
That's beautiful.
That makes me feel good. Every time I help somebody, I feel good.
That's beautiful.
Sometimes I get a little frustrated because, you know my frustration.
Often you get frustrated.
Right. Uh-oh.
You know, you get frustrated often because not everybody is on that planet. They're not on that wavelength that you present yourself on.
You know what's really interesting, Chella, is that people are quick to say, why do you feel good all the time? But they really don't want to know how I do it. And then when I share it with them, they're like, well, that's too much work.
Or, why do you wear those funny pants? Why do you always wear a hat?
Do they say that?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
It's because I have a funny shaped head. I
You
look like
do
LL
not.
Cool J.
You do not.
Yeah.
That's not funny.
It is. It looks like a broken basketball.
Oh, stop it. It does
Not only
not.
that, it's really good to have a certain mystique about yourself. So it's part of I feel like a caped crusader health man.
I don't have a certain mystique about me.
Well, you don't wear hats. You're wearing a hat today,
Yeah, because it's a bad hair
but
day.
it's giving you, no, it's not.
I didn't feel
You
like
just didn't
the
feel like
boots.
spending an hour in front of the mirror.
That was too much work.
Oh my God.
And I wasn't feeling great this
Otherwise,
morning.
we'd have to sit through the show while you're waving your hair back and forth, making sure that it's flowing in the wind.
I do
Next
that,
thing I
body
expect is
mechanic.
that they're going to have a fan on the set so the hair is blowing like you're running down the street.
I do that?
Of course not.
Oh my God. I have to look at past shows.
Yeah, maybe you should. Don't even try, Chella, because you know. There's no such thing as a bad hair day. There's just the day of fun in the sun.
Yeah, okay. I didn't feel like that. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Let me tell you something. Everyone's worrying about what people see instead of just giving out the good stuff and
That's
keep moving
true.
on.
That's
Because at the end
true.
of the day, 50 years from now, when they watch Body Shop TV,
50 years from now,
50 years
I'll
from
be
now,
100. I'll be 107.
when they look at Body Shop TV or they think back about Body Shop when they pick up our new cards that we're coming out with,
Ooh.
they're going to say, you know what? Every time I watched that show, I felt good. They're not going to say, wow, Chella was having a bad hair day that day.
Ask
Well,
me
most
what,
of those people will be gone anyway because they're just rotten.
and because they're not drinking water.
Exactly. All dried up, prune-like.
Ask me what makes me feel good.
Okay, let me get a sip first before I go in like that.
Wow, you trying to get all of it.
Chella, what makes you feel good?
What makes me feel good is whenever I can put a smile on someone's heart.
How do you know their heart's smiling?
I can see it.
What can you see?
I feel the energy. I know when I
Really?
do my job.
Yeah.
When we come back, let's talk about cold temperatures and how to protect yourself. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Yes.
YesWeCare.net is a 501c3 charity that provides help to veterans and their families. Please visit YesWeCare.net and donate in any way you can by purchasing our beautiful frame prints or relaxation CDs and DVDs, even smooth jazz CDs. YesWeCare.net. Remember, our troops are on their way home. They need all the support they can get. YesWeCare.net.
Welcome to Formula Auto Wash, where every day is a great day for a car wash. Open 7 days a week from 8 a.m. till 5:30 p.m. Sundays 8 a.m. till 4 p.m. Detailing packages for every budget, starting out at $29.99. 100% hand wash and detail centre. Horsehair and microfiber brushes and mitts. Proudly using Ecolab Blue Coral soaps and waxes. Formula Auto Wash has served the community for over 30 years. Senior discounts all day, every day. Ladies' Day Wednesday, $3 off any wash. Early bird discount Monday through Thursday till 9:30 a.m. Check out our website, formulaautowash.com.
This is Beth.
Hi.
Oh, congratulations. When are you due?
I'm not pregnant.
Oh, look at that. Excuse me.
You're totally thin.
You look very sexy.
For life's bleachable moments, all it takes is 3/4 of a cup.
You sure about that?
Yes, absolutely. And today we are talking about
Protecting yourself in cold weather months.
and feeling good.
What makes you feel good?
What makes you feel good?
What makes you feel good?
Isn't that one and the same? No?
What makes you feel good and feeling good?
Oh, so we're talking about the stimuli.
Right.
Oh.
What it is.
So we're going to segue into how to protect yourself in these winter months. And a lot of these things can actually help and protect you throughout the year. But in the winter months, it's even more so because there are factors out there that accelerate a lot of processes in the body. So for instance, I always talk about drinking water and the importance of water, but it's even more prevalent in the winter months. Because what happens is, when wind blows, it draws moisture from your skin at a very rapid rate. In fact, if someone walks outside in the cold from a very warm environment, what you will see is the steam evaporating off of their bodies. But we never think about that. If you look at your hands before you go outside, and then you go outside, within a half hour's time, what you'll start to notice is a bunch of wrinkles on your hand, and that's actually fluid leaving your body. And then once that fluid's gone, then cold really sets in. So let's talk about layering first. If you're outside, you're going outside to perform an activity, you want to be able to be mobile. So what a lot of people do is they put tons and tons of clothes on. But that's kind of works, it's a disadvantage. And the reason why is because you can no longer move your arms far because you have 4 or 5 coats on, so you're like this. Not only that, that outfit becomes like a hot pocket. What happens is your body will start to perspire underneath, but that stuff can't evaporate off. So now you're like soaking in your clothing. So the optimal layering is when your body can actually perspire, it evaporates, and you can block the cold air from coming in. So one of my recommendations is to wear the kind of fabric you should be wearing against your skin is something that will allow moisture to wick but not hold it. So if you're wearing say you're wearing a cotton t-shirt, right? Once you start to perspire, what cotton does, cotton actually holds that moisture. And over time, once you no longer have oil in your skin, that cotton starts to chafe your skin. So what you'll notice is red areas wherever you're, like if you're perspiring under your arm, you'll see a red area underneath the arm because the cotton is actually ripping away at the skin. If you wear a wool underlayer, what happens is wool is a hollow fiber and it allows moisture to actually channel and pull away. Not only that, the wool will glide on your skin. So now you no longer have water staying on your skin. Those oils that are on your skin also stay there, and it's the perfect combination for pulling and keeping the body warm. Not only that, wool is a great insulator. Wool and silk are two of the best insulators you can actually put in your skin. They're a little pricier, but at the end of the day, they work. other thing is this. When we are in the elements in the very cold weather, which really pulls heat from our bodies, is when the wind is blowing. If the wind comes through your clothing, it will actually pull moisture from your body at a faster rate. So a good way to block that wind, if you have an outfit that has a wind block or a very tight nylon shell that doesn't allow wind to come through, that's great. But sometimes that can be a little pricey. So I have some little cheats that you can do to actually create that same type of environment. What you can actually do is, with your wool layer, right, you can take and put a sheet of newspaper. So let's say you're facing the wind, right? Right? What you do is you take the newspaper, you put it on the front of your arms and the front of your chest, and what you'll notice, it creates this barrier. Now the wind no longer comes through. So now what you can do is actually conserve the heat that's actually inside your body. You can use any kind of newspaper, but just remember this. Newspaper has ink, so hopefully what you have as an underlayer is not white, because that ink will come off. But at the end of the day, it still will protect you in the elements. The other thing, and actually the most important thing about going into the elements, is being properly hydrated. If you do not drink adequate amounts of water, your blood will thicken. Your body will draw water to the core to protect the vital organs. So now you will no longer have adequate water for fingertips, for toes. It's a good way to have gangrene set in and frostbite. It's important for you to drink adequate amounts of water. In order for that water to stay in your body, if you drink 20 ounces of water, add a pinch of sea salt onto your tongue, and that water will actually stay in your body. So, oh, and the other thing for this, a lot of people are not aware of the fact of how many people have heart attacks during that winter month. They go outside, they're in the elements, the sun is shining, the snow is bright, it's beautiful, and they look at this block that they have to actually finish, and they get caught up in the moment. So instead of staying out there, say, 20 minutes at a time, going back into the house to refuel, drink some water, allow your body temperature to warm your entire body, increase circulation through your body, we get out there, and we're out there for an hour and a half. We're not drinking anything. We're feeling good. But trust me, for those of you who don't work out on a regular basis, it could be catastrophic to heart health. And a lot of people have heart attacks in winter months. Tell them how you were feeling when you were shoveling.
I was on top of the world.
Yeah.
Because I've been doing squats every morning and every evening, 100 squats each time. And I felt great.
Talk about how your knees used to bother you a little bit, but now they're hurting you less.
I used to have difficulty going up the steps. My left knee, because I fell down the stairs when I had roller skates on back in 1979. And now I feel great. The squats, you know, I definitely feel a difference.
And you feel strong, right? Maybe talk about how you felt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You asked me that last night.
Yeah.
How does my body feel? I feel strong.
Yeah, and you're just going to get stronger and stronger. So it's just a matter, and that's another thing, folks. I mean, we're going to have a show on exercise and how to progress yourself into exercises. But squats is one of the best single exercises you can do. It stimulates your entire body, lymphatic system. It stimulates fat-burning enzymes. It's incredible. It's really, it's like a cheat. And it's something that everyone can do. And even if you feel pain in your knee, most of the time comes from the fact that you don't move. And when you actually build the strength of the quads and the hamstrings and build glute strength, those muscles work in synergy together and create a better kneecap function, so you won't experience that pain. And after a while, another couple of months, you'll be jumping through the roof.
I can't wait.
Yeah, just like you felt. So that's really a great feeling, because so many people get out there, and I see them out there, and they're like, shoveling and huffing and puffing. So when you go out there, folks, stay out there a maximum of 20 to 25 minutes, depending upon your age. And if you're older than 50, make it 15 minutes. Go back inside, refuel, and what you'll notice that you'll be able to sustain and keep that same power up. Do not push yourself, because you will push yourself into a wooden box.
You know, body mechanic, you said that when you're outside in the elements to dress properly. I think I was outside about 45 minutes, because I shoveled by myself 10 feet of driveway. With that said, back in 2005, I bought a pair of boots for $5. They're furry, hairy, look like, what do you call that animal in the woods? They call them Bigfoot.
Right.
That's what they look like.
The ones you have on right now?
Yeah, the ones I have right
Shell,
now.
why don't you show them? Take one off, please. Show them.
I'm not gonna take it off.
Just take. Hey, this is our show. We can do whatever we want. They can't even see them there.
They look like.
They can't see it. Come on, let them see them. Because tell them what you paid
Take
for
it
them.
off.
They're awesome. How much you pay for this? The
$5.
I know people.
Can
got
the camera go down here? I gotta take them off. It takes
All right,
time
forget
to
it. Too
put
much
on.
work. All right, don't worry
But
about it. Don't worry
anyway,
about it. Yeah.
I get a lot of
We'll post
compliments from these. But these boots are so warm, and the snow was way above the boot,
Yeah.
the boot height, and
Look.
they're awesome. Look,
They are.
aren't they awesome?
Yeah, wait a minute. Did we go to a show for your daughter and someone in the cast had the same
Yes.
boots on?
Someone in the cast had the same boots on. The mom bought it around the same time I got them. We got them from Payless. The day after Thanksgiving, the day after Christmas, they were $5.
Chella goes to
I
Payless?
still- Back then I did.
Oh, that's
Yeah, I can't believe I still have them, and they're so warm. They don't get wet inside. I love them.
You know how much people pay for boots?
These Uggs, these ugly Uggs, yeah.
You know how much you pay for
hundreds
boots? Hundreds, 200, 300. And you paid how much?
of- $5.
Let me tell you. Yep, U.S. gone wild.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's interesting.
yeah.
Oh.
And I was very warm. 45 minutes outside, I was very warm. I had on my spandex pants. I had a flannel shirt. Then I had on a hoodie over that, gloves, my boots. I was good to go.
Yeah. You know, and I was thinking, another thing you could do is instead of having to go back in the house if you want to, it's also good, you can take a thermos with just water in it, because the thermos will insulate the water so it doesn't freeze, and take it out there and just set it out there so that you can sip every 10 minutes. Because you want to keep the water in, because trust me, your body is constantly evaporating water, and you're moving. So now just normal respiration, you're breathing alone, you need to keep your airways moist. And if water is dripping from your nose, that's a normal process. What it's trying to do is keep the inside lining of your nose moist so that when you breathe the air in, it warms the air and also keeps moisture for the lungs so the lungs don't get frostbitten.
You know what I noticed yesterday? Because I was out 7 o'clock in the morning yesterday during the snowstorm alone. And I noticed that, like, my neighbors, people who were
Did you say alone again? Okay.
people who were anxious to get to work on time, they were outside, their coats were open, they weren't dressed properly, they were rushing, they were feeling anxiety, trying to clean off their cars, trying to shovel their way out. It was like chaotic for them. And,
Because it's like the first time. So what happens is people get into battle mode after it happens.
but they weren't prepared. That's what
Right,
I'm saying.
right.
And they're outside and they're freaking out because they got to get to work at a certain time, and it was a lot of snow to get out of the way.
And they're stressing. And it's already stress.
And then they're going on the roads that were very treacherous. Got to pre-plan.
Yeah. And another shoveling tip is this. Because as we get further into this January and February, we are going to have more snow. Understand this, folks. When you dig that shovel down, a lot of times it's going to be moisture in the bottom, so it's going to be a lot heavier. So let's say that the snow is 12 inches or 15 inches in depth. What you want to do is take your shovel, stick it in the middle, take the top layer off, and then dig down to pick the heaviest up on the bottom. It's a two-prong attack, but the deal is it takes a lot of stress off your body.
You know how I do it? I have a really wide shovel, so I just push my way and make a trail.
You can do that initially when it happens, but
When
as
it's-
when it starts to ice and
right.
there's moisture, if like say the sun comes out and it's heating it up and it's wet on the bottom,
Yeah.
it's going to be very heavy. And that's another thing, folks. Remember, bigger shovel, more weight, harder on the body.
Yeah.
Get your ego, take it and park it in your back and park it in your pocket. Just pay attention to your body every step of the way.
Yeah, it's important,
You know, we don't want to hear about you being in the ER.
right? And we were driving around last night, we saw ambulance all over the place.
Well, most people, what happens is after they do it, well, some of them, a lot of them have heart attacks while they're out there in the snow. They feel it. And then probably 20% of them go back and something happens inside the house. Think about it. None of them have done any physical activity all year long. So when you
Yeah.
know the winter months is coming, maybe that's when you should start exercising. But what we do is we
Right.
exercise in the spring months so we look good for the beach.
Right.
Instead of working at it being,
Yeah.
instead of just making it lifestyle chores, so that you don't even have to worry about. Because when you're fit, you can take on anything. You're ready. You can handle stress better, right?
Definitely.
Yeah.
So by the time we come back, we're going to talk about what makes you feel good. And I challenge you to call us and tell us what makes you feel good. Check out our phone number on the bottom of the screen. And
Hanging with Chella makes me feel ecstatic. Especially when she has a hat on.
yes.
That's cute, Chella.
Thank you.
We'll go to bed soon.
We'll be right back.
Yeah. Bye-bye. Well, maybe not.
Remember last night we were watching couple. We saw the couple on it.
Oh.
Are we still on? I thought we were going to commercial.
Oh, okay. Oh, I felt the bumper.
Yes, yes.
I felt.
Guys ready for the show? Guys ready for the show?
Yeah.
Enjoy.
You know you already want a Toyota, but when you want more from your Toyota store, you want Smithtown Toyota, where every Toyota comes with Smithtown Toyota's Toyota for Life program, giving you lifetime New York State inspections, lifetime 10% discounts on all parts and service, 2 years of complimentary oil changes, 2 years of scheduled maintenance, and more, all at no cost to you, plus low clear-out deals on every Toyota in stock. Get more from your Toyota store. Hurry to Smithtown Toyota.
Hi, my name is Dr. Tom Dow. We have a multidiscipline practice in Melville and Ronkonkoma, New York, and we treat patients with many, many different conditions, from newborns through geriatric patients with numerous different techniques. There's a technique and a type of treatment for every class of patient. We have them all here. Here's my son Thomas, also a doctor of chiropractic, working on one of our patients' cervical spine. This patient has had chronic neck pain for many, many, many years, has been to a multitude of different practitioners with little or no response. And with our specialized techniques, she has improved tremendously and continues to improve on a daily basis. We have two practices, one in Melville and one in Ronkonkoma, New York. We are a multidiscipline chiropractic office. What that means is we have chiropractors, massage therapists, acupuncturists, psychologists, all working as a team and a network of outside professionals such as orthopedists and neurologists that we work hand in hand with to help determine what your injuries are and the best way to treat your injuries. I have the great pleasure of having my son in practice with me. We work hand in hand, father and son, to give our patients the best care possible, and a staff which is loving, caring, and you'll never have to wait at all in our office for service. Many times, patients come into our office and they have what's called a soft tissue injury. Soft tissue injuries are like